Silent Night, Violent Night came out in theaters this weekend, and it's a lot of silly, ridiculous Die Hard style fun. It's Die Hard, it's Home Alone meets a violent Santa Claus movie. It's exactly what it is. It's definitely Home Alone because of the Home Alone homages and the Home Alone references, but it's definitely Die Hard meets Santa Claus. Is it the best Christmas movie ever made since Die Hard? That's what somebody said online. No, but it's a lot of fun to go see in the theaters, and I will go see it again if somebody I know wants to go see it. They're like, "Oh, you saw that?" I was like, "Yes." And David Harbour is fantastic playing that. Just like he's basically playing himself from Stranger Things as Santa Claus, but that's fine. I love him and I love this movie. It was stupid fun. The ending was a little like, all right, let's get to it, but I still love the entire movie. And Katie, the Blonde in Front of Fear, loved the movie too.
Oh, I did. Directed by Tommy Wirkola and starring, of course, David Harbour
Oh,
as Santa. Uh, if you know Dead Snow, the director wrote Dead Snow. The film also stars Alex Hassel, who you might recognize or possibly not from The Boys, John Leguizamo, Beverly D'Angelo, and one of my personal favorites, Edie Patterson, who played Alva Lighthouse, who you might know from The Righteous Gemstones. She brought the comedic timing to this film. Love her being the badass, pain in the ass sister. I hope she continues in this. This film, I adored. I love so much about it. The fight scenes, the action, the special effects, the practical effects. I mean, Santa gets his ass beat down. And as Chris said, it is Home Alone. It's also Die Hard, but especially Die Hard 2. There's a big difference. Die Hard 2, Elf. I saw a little bit of Elf, and not to give away anything, but you'll see in the film, because we're not going to do a lot of spoilers, Army of the Dead. You'll see what that is when you go and see the movie, which I hope you go and see in the theater. David Harbour playing Santa, he's just kind of, he's just kind of fed up with everybody, a majority of the world being on the naughty list. It's like you see him starting out in Bristol, England, just chugging away at some beers. And you know who he is. We know who he is as an audience. No one else does, because it is Christmas. It is December 24th, 25th. And the next thing you know, he's on his reindeer and he's just puking away. You see him, going to houses, the Christmas magic, getting in, dropping off presents. You also see some sad things like, a 5-year-old in a crib and their drunk dad in the chair. And what does Santa do? He gives him some coal. That's why I'm wearing my black, a little bit of black, little bit of naughty, a little bit of nice. But the other part of the film that's not only Santa is the Lighthouse family, which is Jason and Alva and their mother Gertrude and their spouses. They're all getting together at their commune or compound for their
compound,
annual, yeah, compound annual Christmas event. But there's going to be some prizes, because you can tell early on, at least I didn't think it was any bit of a stretch when I watched it. The caterers were very much looked like they were some sort of mercenaries to me. I mean, I don't know. To me, that wasn't too much of a oh, surprise, these are the bad guys. But it's a lot of fun when it happens. John Leguizamo, I had no idea he was in this film. Again, I'm not giving anything away. He's amazing. His character has a little bit, I'm going to say there's a little bit of a Gremlins monologue that he gives in the film that really brings the serious to it, to the power of what Santa can and cannot do, or what he will allow himself to do. And that was a little bit of drama that I did not expect. But this film has comedy, it's got the drama, it's got, all those tear your throat out family moments that you gotta love. It's the holidays. Is this seasons beatings? Like I said, freaking David Harbour gets his ass beat. I mean, they are not pulling the punches. Like, he may have that Christmas magic, but he definitely doesn't have that that WWE or any of that magic regarding fighting. Like, he gets shot, he gets stabbed, he gets beat up, he gets hit. But then there's a moment when he comes to terms with who he is and his past comes forward. I'm going to let you know, kids, full body chills, full body chills. I'm not going to say what that moment is, but that was when I was like, give me a franchise. I want a sequel right now. It's in the middle of a movie. I don't think I've ever wanted a sequel so badly when I saw that part of the film. Again, full body chills. He's amazing. This film would not be the same without David Harbour. Beverly D'Angelo, knowing her as Mrs. Griswold from uh, all the National Lampoon's Vacation, but especially this, that was a nice little treat to see. Again, the practical effects, the makeup, the stunts. There is a kill in there that is one of my favorites of the year. I'm not going to say, but also there's cinematography that, I mean, I think he was channeling Roger Deakins. The cinematographer's name is Matthew Weston. I definitely got a hint of him channeling like Roger Deakins 1917, close to the end of the film. Again, I'm not going to give it away, but gorgeous, like beautiful use of fire and light. It gives you a little bit of the tug. I will share a candy cane with David Harbour any day of the week. Like, oh yeah. And I very much would like to see who would play Mrs. Claus. I'm guessing if you're going to do some casting, maybe Charlize Theron or maybe Danae Guerrera. I don't know. I could see her doing it. I mean, it's the possibilities are endless, but I really hope that this gets a sequel or possibly a franchise, because I mean, this was fantastic. As long as you do it as well as this, maybe have the kid be naughty next time. I don't know. I know the little girl who plays Trudy, Leah Brady, fantastic. But yeah, cast is chef's kiss, everything about it. I thought it was great. I'll see it again in the theater. I'll take my nephews. I'll take anybody that wants to go. But Violent Night, go see it. It came out February 2nd. Chris, what did you think?
Or a prequel, because there's 1100 years of a prequel they could do, and I'm not gonna, as Katie said, we're not gonna give away any spoilers. Not that there's a lot, but there is a backstory to this Santa Claus, as there is every Santa Claus has a backstory. I mean, you get Tim Allen's right in the very beginning of that movie. You get a couple, you get the Santa Claus, you get the Big Lebowski's Santa Claus and Santa Claus the movie right in the beginning of that movie. But this one, I think they were definitely setting up to show us who this Santa Claus was, because you see some stuff, and boy, oh boy, not as much a spoiler, but I definitely think they filmed this around the time they were filming a certain Black Widow movie, if you get my drift, by a shirtless scene.
I could see that. I could see that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a spoiler, but yes, I could maybe possibly reusing some of the scars or whatnot. I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah, and John Leguizamo is fantastic in this movie. He's the top bill on IMDb, which is very funny. But Santa Claus is a backstory to his own film in this film. There is a lot of time away from St. Nicholas, Kris Kringle, and all the other names that he will use throughout the film. In terms of the most badass, best Santa Claus, in terms of a good, I know there's a bunch of Santa Claus movies out there, and this Santa Claus has been evil and this, that, and the other thing. I don't care about those. Let's just focus on good films. He is tied with Kurt Russell, who in his own way is still a badass Santa Claus. He's very nice. Russell is nicer than Harbour as Santa Claus. Let's give it that, because that film is more towards a family setting on Netflix, with a third one in development. But he still has his Russell-esque like attitudes with the way he talks to people, and that's fine. But Harbour and Russell are now my two favorite Santa Clauses of all time. I can't help it. Ed Asner's up there too, by the way. Just saying, Ed Asner's up there too. Tim Allen is a whole other level, because his story is continuing right now on Disney Plus. But go see this movie. I have giant theatrical posters for this movie. They gave me so many posters. It's unbelievable. And it's
I got a
David
cookie.
Space on the poster, huge as life. I want to see people cosplaying as this Santa Claus with the blood in the face, chewing the candy cane, the gray beard. You know what I mean? Go a step further with some of the other stuff that you know about the character. I absolutely love the film. Again, I thought the ending just was like, okay, come on, let's just, we know what's going to happen. But otherwise, I will watch this movie probably every year. I do hope it gets some kind of bonus release. The last great darker Christmas movie that came out, I think that was good in a lot of people's opinion, was in 2015's Krampus. So this rate's right up there with that in terms of the dark Christmas movies. Go see this film. Hopefully in a year from now, you can check out another classic Christmas tale coming soon from somebody on this channel. There'll be more details about that if you follow Radio of Horror, and go and check out the Blonde in Front's page on Facebook as well. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and Happy New Year to
And
get all the
Instagram
denominations
and
out of the way.
YouTube. I'm all over.
Yes. And we'll be back, by the way, with another Christmas movie later this month. We're going to do Krampus.
Yes.
Which we were not together in 2015 to do Krampus. So we're going to cover Krampus. It's on a bit on DVD, Blu-ray, and on streaming of some kind.
Peacock, I know at least.
Yes, I have the Scream Factory Blu-ray. It is not as uncut as people thought it was, but we'll get to that. Go see Violent Night in theaters. I recommend AMC in Framingham as well as Blackstone Valley Cinema Deluxe in Millbury. Those cookies were awesome. I did not get one, but I did see them. They look really cool.
And the hat. I love the hat.
Yes, the hats were very, very well done. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.